Okay, it's 2023. Many of us have made resolutions to eat less and get fit, and some of us are trying to get out and be more active, and some of us are examining our relationship with alcohol. Last year, the Canadian Centre on Substance Use and Addiction said that any level of alcohol consumption harms Canadians. So what exactly does that mean? Health Canada says Canadians should drink no more than 2 drinks a week. And that's a huge change considering in 2011, they said men should have no more than 3 drinks a day and 15 drinks a week, while women, well, they should have no more than 2 a day and 10 a week. But there are Canadians who are choosing not to drink. I mean, there are shows and entire social movements that embrace being sober. Yay! So what are your options? Well, non-alcoholic drinks or near beers have exploded around the country. But here in Manitoba, it's pretty non-existent. Why?
Hey, I'm Andrew Sukram. I'm the owner and a brewer here at Sukram's Brewing Company.
Okay, Andrew, you gotta tell me, in Manitoba, why don't we have any non-alcoholic beers?
Good question. We've just kind of started doing a lot of research into it. Obviously, non-alcoholics on a lot of people's brains, especially this time of year. A couple reasons. One, non-alcoholic beer, there's only a few ways that you can make it, which is like halting the fermentation, but then it's really difficult to dial in a good recipe that tastes like beer without making it kind of like watered down tea with hops in it. The other way too is the evaporative method, which is sort of basically heating the beer to kind of vacuum distill the alcohol out of the beer. But those two processes are pretty expensive to get into the game.
Okay, how expensive is it?
I mean, I just got some quotes from some companies just to kind of see, and we're talking about over 300,000 US just to kind of get into the game. So
300,000. So that's why there isn't any non-alcoholic beers made here in Manitoba.
It's a space that's normally has been reserved for bigger breweries, macro breweries that are, way bigger than we are, that can afford to get into that space, afford the equipment, and afford to do the R&D that a small craft brewery like us can't do. We're focused on a smaller market segment. They also have, distribution to a lot more places than we do. So.
Now, there obviously is a market for it, right? Because I mean, a lot of people like myself, we all look for that. So I'm wondering, there's a market for that. Is that something you can see, like breweries like yourselves getting into, and
And yeah, really, the market share for non-alcoholics is just supposed to grow even more than craft beer globally too in the next 5 to 10 years. So they're projecting that the non-alcoholic space will be bigger coming up in the future. So
owning a place, this brewery, and it's a place where people can hang out. Do you find a lot of people not drinking beer here?
We get a lot of questions about non-alcoholic stuff. So we do try to have other options. Kombucha from our friends at Wolseley Kombucha we have. We used to make our own kombucha, soda, stuff like that. So we try to have some options. There's also some non-alcoholic beers that you can buy from out of market that you can have here. So I know a lot of people are doing that as well too, but we do get asked quite a bit for non-alcoholic options. Absolutely.